guys, welcome back to Hype RC. In today's video, we have the newest release from Furitek. This is the Cayman Pro V2. So this is the second version of the Cayman Pro 18th scale comp-ready RTR that Furitek has produced. This one comes with the Evo Pro body on it. We got it in black with the red flame paint job, and it looks super killer. We're going to get this guy over to the bench. We're going to test it out and then take it out for a crawl. Stick around and check it out. So let's go ahead and take an up-close look at what comes out of the box with your Cayman Pro V2. And we're going to start off with the remote. So this is a FlySky remote that has a lot of really nice features on it. So you do get steering reverse and throttle reverse. It does come with steering dual rate and throttle dual rate, steering trim and throttle trim. Now it does have dip switches on here, but these actually don't function because all of those settings are in the ESC itself that you can access through the Furitek FuriCar app. Now this does take 4 AAA batteries that do not come with the remote. So I suggest you have those on hand, and it is a 4-channel remote, channel 3 and channel 4 right there, and it is easily one-handed drivable. Just a great little remote. It also comes with this extra adapter in case you want to hook up some lights or even a mini winch for this. Now this pamphlet is something that you need to take an up-close look at. It shows you the overview of the transmitter and the ESC, and then on the back this shows you all the functions that you need to address on the Furitek FuriCar app. And then of course you get the Cayman Pro V2 itself. Let's take an up-close look at the rig. So let's start off by taking a look around the outside of this rig first, and they did a killer job on this new paint scheme. I love how they faded from white to yellow to red and the flame on top of this black paint. I'm not a huge fan of having the windows stickered out, but that's something I can deal with. Now they did use the same wheel and tire combination as they did on the SCK, and these aren't very good, so we're going to go ahead and get those swapped out for our first crawl. And the great thing about this body is that it is clipless, and they used extra strong magnets. I can't get that to come off there. I literally have to use 2 hands to be able to pop this body off. They did a fantastic job by using extra strong glue to get those magnets to stay on this time. But underneath the hood, this is almost exactly the same as the SZK. We're going to start off with the electronics first. So this does come with the Lizard Pro RXF 2-in-1 ESC, which is great because it saves weight and space underneath the hood on this rig. We also get the Mini Stellar transmission out of the SEX24 and the Mini Komodo 2000 kV brushless motor, which is a little powerhouse for this rig. We have the same 9-gram all Metal Gear servo in the front. We also have the same big bore oil-filled shocks on all 4 corners, which these are actually fantastic little shocks, and you can tune and adjust them in with these adjustable collars. Now these links, the drive shafts, the portals, the brass portal covers, and knuckles on the front are all the same. We also have the same steering links on the front, which have actually been beveled and create a lot of clearance for the front of that vehicle, which is very nice. Now one thing I do notice is that the chassis is just a little bit different. So you can tell on the SCK where they cut it off on the front and rear right here. But other than that, underneath the hood, it looks to be exactly the same to me. So we're going to go ahead and get some batteries charged up. We'll get these tires swapped out. We'll go ahead and get a weight on this, and then we're going to take it out for a crawl. So as the Cayman Pro V2 sits right out of the box, we are sitting at 55% in the front with 45% in the rear. That's actually a little bit lighter in the front end than the SCK Cayman Pro. So this probably has to do with this forward style body on this one having more weight shifted forward. So let's go ahead and get this guy out for a crawl. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check the modulation and the FOC on this system. So let's go ahead and see how slow we can get this guy to creep along. Oh yeah, so this guy will modulate extremely slow. Very nice. So let's give it a little more juice. See how the FOC operates when it gets to the obstacle. Throttle is steady. Very nice. Right up and over. Let's see the rear get a bite on it. Look at that. Solid and smooth all the way through. Great system. That Mini Komodo has a ton of power for this rig. All right, let's get out to the rocks. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun getting out and testing the new Cayman Pro V2. It performed very, very well. It actually went all the way down and reverse on the 10 scale course, and that's the only RTR I have that actually completed that task with no issues. Now, it does perform better than the SCK, and I'm going to tell you why. Because this body makes this rig more top heavy. Now, it did have a better forward weight bias, but the weight bias was offset by the lower center of gravity on this rig. So if I had to choose between the two, I'm definitely choosing the V2. The next thing is that all of the electronics performed very, very well on this. The ESC and remote combo is fantastic. You don't have to change anything out there. The mini Komodo and the Stellar transmission perform very well. The little 9-gram servo on the front of this is also a great servo right out of the box. The 4 oil-filled shocks performed very well. They were topped off just right. None of them leaked, so that was a great performer on this. And then this carbon fiber chassis is absolutely amazing. But no rig is perfect, and we did have a few cons on this one. So the number one con is the wheels and tires, which most RTRs, you're going to have to change out the wheels and tires anyways. So I knew that coming off the SCK, so I went ahead and changed those out, and it definitely makes a huge performance increase on this rig. And then the next con is the FOC breakout on this rig. So when you're in that slow modulation mode and when it goes to change to the normal mode, it's a little bit touchy. So with a little bit of throttle control, you can go ahead and address that and get used to driving this rig. But when you first set it up and get your throttle curve and everything set on the Bluetooth app, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it can definitely be overcome. The last con doesn't have anything to do with either rig. It has to do with those OG wheels that I was going to put on here. They were broken right off the bat, and they did not fit this rig with the 5.5 millimeter nut that keeps the wheels on. So those didn't work. I cannot recommend OG wheels, but I did happen to have a set of Hobby Park black wheels, which are the ones that you see on here, and they fit up just perfect, so I can definitely recommend those. But all in all, this rig performed very good right out of the box. It's a comp rig. You don't have to do anything to it. I'd like to see a little bit more weight on the front, which I think would help, and maybe some overdrive also. But right out of the box, this is a rig that you can go and comp right now, so I'm extremely pleased with this. So don't forget to support your local hobby shops. Bash, crawl, repeat. Hit that subscribe and like button for me and ring the bell so you can catch my next video. We'll see you next time.